something like this. You know. So, yeah.
All right, so I got the lights on. All right, so I've got something to say. DJ Bobby Black, right now I'm honored to have this guy right here in the presence. You know what I'm saying? He brought people like the Ying twins, Soulja Boy, VIC. I got a crazy story about the VIC record too. And
Which one?
Wobble.
Okay.
I'm just gonna tell you first. Okay, so I got invited to the video shoot.
Oh wow.
Come get
You was at the video shoot?
Yeah, Wobble down at Sugar Hill.
Okay.
We at Sugar Hill.
Yeah.
Remember that?
That was
Okay.
very uncomfortable for me.
Okay, so we had the Wobble video shoot, and you know, you always get your DJ segment. You know what I'm saying? I was in the Get Silly video over at the Crow's Nest.
Right.
So
wow. So we go back. We go back, and I don't even know.
That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Man,
so
okay.
I pointed to the Super Friends. I'm in that video.
Okay.
So the Wobble one, I'm like, all right, when is the DJ cameo gonna come? And I'm like, man, you know what? I'm out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? So I get impatient. I got up out of there.
Right.
And lo and behold, probably maybe a couple months later. I want to say not even a couple months later. It might have been like a year later. And like you could touch upon this too. It was like a year later, like a long time later. My aunt says, you got to play that Wobble record when you come. So I was like, Wobble? Like, wait a minute.
Like, what she know about this?
In my head, it's not even what she know about it. I'm just saying, because I don't, did Wobble catch on kind of late?
Like a year and a half, 2 years after
That's
the fact.
That's what I'm saying to you. Like, I was like, Wobble. I was like, wait a minute. So I was like, how's it go? She was like, Wobble, babe. I was like,
the video you walked out on.
I'm like, yeah. I walked out on the video, and I'm like, y'all playing that up there? She was like, oh, yeah, they got a whole dance to it and everything.
Oh,
like,
so this wasn't even down here.
This wasn't here. This is in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying to you? This is Springfield, Massachusetts.
Right.
So, yeah, that was crazy, man. But I got none other than Mr. Collipark, DJ SMURF in the building.
That's right.
He's with us. We have a fake audience. We're going to make some noise. Okay. All right, man. So, all right, for people that don't know, man, I obviously we all know. We know. You know, we here. Where does the name Mr. Collipark come from?
Really, it came from just when I started working with the Ying twins. Prior to the Ying twins, I was DJ SMURF. Absolutely. And because of legal problems, I couldn't carry that name forth. So when I started working with the Ying twins, I came up with some bullshit because I really didn't think it was gonna stick.
Right.
So the name I came up with was Beating Ass. Just some shit to put on the
Beating Ass.
Right, Beating Ass. Which I put that on. It wasn't even no official shit. I just didn't want to put DJ SMURF on the Whistle While You Twerk single. And so the shit caught on. You know what I mean? So when the shit caught on, I couldn't call myself that. You know what I mean? Right. So it was like, so we went through that, and we went through the second album, which had Say Ah Ya Ya, Smoke by Myself, Drink by Myself. Yeah. So it kept growing. And so I couldn't market myself up under that. So going into the Whisper shit, I don't know what, I just said, I'm just going to do some shit. And just like I put Beating Ass on there, I said, I'm going to put Mr. Collipark. I'm going to call myself Mr. Collipark. And that shit had a ring to it. Right. And it just stuck. It just stuck. So, and it changed the whole way I marketed myself. It was classy. That's when I, the suits and the cigars and all that shit. Absolutely. It kind of all went together. The whole Mr. aspect of it was grown. It was some grown man shit. And so it helped with the whole, the boss image that I was doing at the time. Yeah.
So, all right. So, who was the first artist that you worked with?
Ying. Well.
I mean, the first artist that
ever.
The first artist that you put out ever. It was like
that I put out.
Yeah.
Well, I did this single called. It was a group, PMHI, and it was a bass record called "This Party" that was on Ichiban Records.
Right.
And
where was Ichiban?
Ichiban was up in Kennesaw. Everybody was on Ichiban Records.
Yeah, lots of people was on Ichiban.
MC Breed, Gotta Get Mine, that was on Ichiban.
Okay, all right. So I remember the name from back in the day.
Yeah. Whoop, there it is, 95 South.
This is in Kennesaw.
Yeah, it was the building was in Kennesaw. It was like a husband and a wife owned Ichiban. John and Nina Abbey owned Ichiban. They were from London.
That's wild.
Yeah, so that's what it was.
This is like Jack the Rapper days.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay,
yeah.
Definitely, all right.
Yeah, so that's I was signed there as an artist, and I got that deal from DJing for MC Shy D.
So you were Shy D's DJ?
Right, after Toon.
Okay, so all right, yeah, I remember Toomp was first. Okay, so
Yeah.
I would take
No,
me back.
Toomp was second
Toomp was second.
after DJ Man.
Man was first.
Yeah.
What's this? Oh, we're live. We're all the way live. They're really watching me. Who they commenting? Well, look, man, y'all watching us. We live. We supposed to not be doing this live.
Fuck
We
it.
gotta do
Fuck
this.
it.
What? I got Mr. Collipark. You want to show who's going on? You want to show what's going on here? Can they see? I don't know if they can see, but I got Mr. Collipark, DJ SMURF in the building. So we're gonna get back to the interview. All right. So let me know about the Atlanta scene. Like right now, it's like Atlanta's definitely the big. All right, that's cool. That's fine. That'd be all right.
Yeah.
That'd be all right. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. So let me know about the Atlanta scene, because like right now, Atlanta obviously is.
Now
It's obviously.
you know what? I had to catch up to it, and I'm still not all the way caught up just because it's all one thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was kind of the fun part of it.
Let me know what was going on early. I'm saying prior DJ SMURF.
Prior DJ shit, I was a kid.
What
I started
was-
DJing.
When did you start?
It was house parties. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't even a scene. I didn't even know it was possible to be heard. Like when I first started, I came from the neighborhood we in right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was just house parties and shit. Just my love for music. Throw the D was the 12-inch that made me feel a certain kind of way about this shit.
Like I'm gonna take this shit.
Well, not even that. It just hit me in a. Throw the D. When I heard that shit for the first time at a house party, it just sent some shit through me that just between the lyrics and the way that record was put together, where they were scratching the old comedy records in it.
Now, for the people that don't know who's Throw the D.
That's 2 Live Crew.
Okay.
Throw the dick.
Okay. All right.
Throw the dick. Throw
Right.
that dick. Throw that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that record right there, you know. But before that, it was just like I don't know. It was skate town. You know what I mean?
So it wasn't the Atlanta.
It wasn't really and I was too young to even know what was going on outside of what I was doing
So you in high school?
in high school.
Junior high.
Really, elementary school went up to the 7th grade back then,
Oh, yeah.
and then high school started at 8
Okay.
and went through 12.
Okay.
So we didn't have no middle school,
With no middle school.
right? So I was like 7th grade.
So you like 13. 12,
Yeah,
13.
yeah.
Really
So I
young
really,
DJs.
really young. That hadn't even started DJing yet. It was some kids. Well, they were older than me, but had older cats that had turntables in the neighborhood that I would go over their house and
Right.
and fuck with their stuff.
And just hop on, and just fuck
Yeah,
around.
because I was mesmerized by the whole turntable shit. You know what I mean?
Now, so what was the? So you're doing the house parties, and I know you got heavy on the mixtape scene.
Right.
What came first though? Was it the house parties or the mixtapes?
Well, really, you know how it is. You just be at your mama house doing shit,
Yeah.
and then somebody having a party. Hey, I might have did 1 or 2 house parties, but then my MC at the time, because you had to have an MC.
Yeah,
you know, went to church in Decatur, and Edward J was a member of that church. That's how I got hooked up with Edward J.
So
So
let
his
them-
name was Derek Williams, Demos Def. You know, we went to Fairwood, and so that's how. Because I was so serious about the shit, my craft. I don't know what made him think that we were ready to be a part of that, because
Right.
that was some real shit.
So this is King Edward J.
King Edward J.
All right, so explain about, because this is something that I never really had nobody to really break this down for me, because you got to think, like I said, I came here, and I'm going to break myself down. I came here in 1998, December 9th.
Okay.
I hopped on the DJ scene in 2003. I became a part of a crew called the Super Friends.
Okay.
People started saying this is the greatest thing. I told somebody recently we were not the first to do it.
Right.
I heard about Edward J.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I heard
It's
about-
crazy that you sitting here saying I heard
I don't really
in
know about
2003,
Edward J.
but it wasn't that far. You know, the timing wasn't that
But
great back
I'm
then.
in Springfield, Massachusetts, so
Okay.
I'm getting Ron G.
Okay.
I'm getting,
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, I'm getting
I got
these
you.
guys. So
I got
once I
you.
get here, I hear, yo, it was this guy King Edward J, the J team, and it was crazy.
Right.
All right, explain to me about what was going on with him.
He was in Decatur. You know, back then wasn't no technology. Like you didn't have the internet and all that. You had to physically take your ass to Counter Road
and pick up
the
the tape.
a cassette.
Yeah.
Right. You couldn't download the shit. You couldn't stream it. You couldn't do none of that. So this was in 89.
Like 89.
89, 90 when I got with Jay. Yeah. I was in the 10th, 11th grade, something like that. Yeah. So for me, the first time I heard an Edward J tape, honestly, I'm gonna just keep it real. I used to hate to hear him talk because he talked all over the music and shit. You like, man, why don't you shut the fuck up, you know? But that's before you get into it.
So did he have a DJ voice or did he have the radio?
Oh, he had the. Like now, if Edward J was out right now, he's probably sound like an old man. He couldn't do it now because he was a grown ass man, but he was selling tapes to the youth. He had to be, the dope boys. He was the street. He had the streets on lock.
Everybody had a King Edward J tape
on the east side.
Okay.
So what was crazy? He wasn't really popping on the south side like that because you had to know somebody who was going to the J shop or to have a cassette. I couldn't email you the mix. You know what I mean? Yeah, I had to copy. I had to physically make you a duplicate copy of a 60 or 90 minute tape for you to have an Edward J tape. Absolutely. Unless you drove to Decatur and bought it yourself.
Okay.
So you had DJ Man and DJ Lynn who were there when I got there. And I was 15, 16 maybe.
So now the DJ Man and
DJ Man was MC Shy D's DJ on the Rap Will Never Die and Coming Correct in the 80s. No, that was Toom. The first album. Damn, what was this before I got with Shy D? The Gotta Be Tough. Yep. Man was with him through all that. And then Toom came with the Shake It. Come on, shake it. Okay. Which was the album that probably blew him up.
Shy D.
More than, yeah. Yep. So DJ Man was with Edward J, and then DJ Lynn and Lazy Rock, who were Success in Effect. Roll it up, my nigga. Roll it. They were with Edward J, right? And so that's who was there when this kid, myself, DJ SMURF, come in. I didn't even have no turntable. I had some fucking Fishers. I don't know what kind of turntables I had. There was some shit I got from Circuit City or Service Merchandise or some shit.
So now you this 15-year-old kid, you get up with
Edward J.
Edward J, the biggest thing going on in the city.
Right.
How you feeling that?
I didn't fucking know at the time he was, what he was. I just,
So you just really just working.
Right.
Everybody's just working. I don't think he
But when I went to the shop for the first time, it was like I lost my fucking mind just to see Lynn and them in there on them turntables like that, because it was like what I was doing prior to that was some kid shit. Yeah. What they was doing was some grown man shit. Yeah. So you got to think when you just introduced to that, like it's no warning. You just
how old are Lynn and them at this time?
They was in their 20s. Had to
so
be.
They older,
yeah, they older. Yeah, they definitely older. Because I had to be maybe 10th or 11th grade when I met them. Okay. And I never forget him and Man was in there, and Lynn would have both his turntables on the same side. He wouldn't split them. So I didn't even know you could cheat like that. Because back,
premier DJs like that.
So back then though, I had never seen that shit before. So they would both be on one turntable. They would both have their arms intertwined, him and Man, scratching to a beat that was coming off the 808, the rolling the 808 at the time. I had never seen one of them.
A roll 8, yeah, yep, drum machine.
So all this shit was at the J shop, and I'm introduced to all this shit at the same time, so and my mind goes pow. My mind is blown.
So at this point, is this when you realize you could do this for a living? Like,
no, it wasn't. No, see, you got to think back then.
It's still fun.
We didn't have no access to none of this shit. We didn't have access to Def Jam. Def Jam was just it was new.
Yeah.
We get a record deal. That wasn't even part of our thought.
Fun.
It was just you just wanted to do the shit.
Yeah, you just want props in the hood. You want
right.
To do what
it wasn't even for props.
You just having fun.
I just wanted to do it.
How did you get into music? Was it from
DJing? No, I was in the band, and I got my oldest brother. I'm the youngest of 6, so my oldest brother, he was the one that always bought the records and was in the band, and he the one I really wanted to imitate.
Right.
So everything he did, I wanted to do.
What did you play?
Trumpet. He played the trumpet.
Okay.
I played the trumpet.
Right.
My dad played the trumpet.
Okay.
So that's where the initial interest of it. And he was buying, when they first started making 12 inches, he was buying all that shit.
All the 12 inches.
I wound up giving his shit away for nothing. I ain't know no better at the time. I won't name the DJ who I gave the shit to.
You gave his records away?
I gave his records away. I didn't know the value.
I gave my mama's records away. So
You didn't know the value.
I didn't either.
Didn't know the value. So after you do it, you're like, oh shit.
And my homeboy found a crazy sample in there too. Like,
yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
I mean, that's the dues you pay. That's the dues you pay. You know, you can laugh at the shit now.
Yeah, man.
But you know, it wasn't doing it for the fame or for the problem. It wasn't no fame
It's just for
in the
love.
shit. Yeah, it was just for the love. So I got good at the shit. And Edward J had the outlet. He was like the dope man.
Yeah. He has a store.
Man,
He has a shop.
yeah, and he was pelling that shit out of there like it was crack cocaine.
Like a line of
And at one point in time, I was the hottest nigga doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so
So okay, so wait a minute. All right, when you say that, so did you had Edward J putting tapes out, and
Yeah.
then you had Man and Lynn putting tapes out, and then
right when I kind of came in and kind of took over, of course, Man was already doing records because after he left with Sade, he was producing all in Miami and all that shit.
Okay.
So they weren't in there like that no more. When DJ Lynn, Success and Effect with the Roll It Up,
Yep.
they got the record deal, so he wasn't
Now
in there
he's
like
around.
that. So it's like it was wide open for
so
me.
it's just you. Now you
Yeah,
have an open lane.
and right after me came Kizzy Rock.
Okay.
So we became that DJ Man and DJ Lynn combination.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All
So
right.
yeah.
My boy Kizzy Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out DJ Kizzy Rock.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Kizzy Rock. I talked to Kizzy Rock. He's supposed to come through too. Him and Player Poncho. They'll make this happen. All right, so like now we have King Edward J. You got the mixtapes going.
Right?
All right, like I said, I looked at here. I don't think you still seen it, but I see the tape. Who were the other crews going on at this time?
I don't recall.
I'm gonna show you.
See, when I was here, so look, during my run, I went to college. So I went to Alabama A&M.
Okay.
So this is like in '91. So this is when Jelly and them came.
Okay.
So when I was here, Jelly and them,
This is what I'm getting to.
the toe tag, yeah. That shit, this is the hardest shit ever right here.
Yeah, that was a good one.
When I saw this shit, I didn't even know them. I didn't even know them. They were dissing my people.
Yeah.
See, I was off at school,
Right.
killing shit.
Right.
So I get a call like, yo, these niggas out here dissing
They tried to diss
dissing Jay. It wasn't me. It was them.
Right.
And so I jumped in the middle of it because, you know,
can't
nobody
go
could fuck. You know, I was cocky as shit. Like, ain't nobody fuck with me. So I did some little shit. And we weren't up on no marketing and none of that shit to come up with some shit like this.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I seen this toe tag shit, I had to get up. I was like, yo, that shit that hard. Because Ice Cube was my favorite artist in the world at the time. And that's the Death Certificate album cover.
Death Certificate.
So that I thought that shit right there was the most. But not even knowing at the time this is marketing.
Okay, now you were saying before that, you think marketing played a part in the Edward J thing and all that.
Right.
So
Open them definitely put the business model on the mixtape game in this city,
Yes.
in my opinion.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think even more so, not to downplay the music, I think the marketing aspect of it was more powerful than anything.
I know, because like I said, I got here in '98. I know what was going on then. What did the tape sound like then? What was going on?
It was all booty shake.
All booty shake.
Boom, 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 boom.
So that's the sound.
Well, for us, and then when them came in, they started transitioning to doing both. Like it was some booty shake, some street shit,
Yep.
But if you listen to it now, it probably would sound commercial now.
Yeah.
The street stuff that they were doing
Yep.
back then might sound commercial because it was polished. It was people really was doing this shit for real.
Mhm.
So it was us. It was mostly booty shake. When them came, they started transitioning to doing a little bit of both.
Doing both, like
Yeah. Well, like I say, I left when them came. I was in college my freshman year in like 91, 92. So that's when them really, whatever they were doing here in the city, I wasn't here. I heard what was going on. Like when I heard Can't Get No Lower for the first time with Damage.
That was so. Is this Um's first group?
No. That they weren't with, but I'm paint a picture of the shit that was going on in Atlanta. I'm in Alabama, and there's no internet.
Okay.
There's no internet.
So you just get.
We're not on the radio like that.
No,
These records not getting rotation. And so I'm hearing about. I never forget. Everybody was talking about Damage can't get no lower. And I was like, yo, it's the shit in Atlanta. Damage can't get no lower. Man, by the time I heard that shit, no disrespect, it was built up so much. By the time I heard that shit, I was like, man, what?
Y'all like this?
Yeah. Because one thing about college, it broadens your horizon. I was staying with niggas from New York, Chicago, Detroit. I had never been around different stuff like that, so I was getting exposed to different music. So, you know, it's almost like when Master P came out, you could tell he was recording this shit in the basement.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
East Coast, Midwest hip hop was more polished. It was more professionally done. So by the time I heard Damage can't get no lower, I was like, yo, what the fuck, man?
Now what is this Damage record? So for people.
Oh, it was dope. Can't get no lower. It was a huge. Yeah, no, it wasn't really booty shake. It was some A-Town shit.
A-Town, okay.
It was up tempo, but it wasn't booty shake.
Okay, hit me and send me Sam type. Maybe.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Exactly.
All right. We're in
exactly.
the same field. All right.
Exactly.
All right. So now, all right. Back to now we got the tapes going on. What was your real first club you started DJing at? Like,
I wasn't a club DJ.
Never got into clubs.
I was a mixtape dude.
Just always. That's where it really came.
Yeah, the mixtape. I was straight mixtape. When I didn't start really DJing out until I went to college. When I went to college, you couldn't go to a party unless I was doing it.
Down in Alabama.
In Alabama, Huntsville. Yeah, so that's really when I started DJing parties.
Okay, there we go. So,
yeah, killing shit.
So you started in college, killing shit.
Yeah,
Alabama.
Yeah.
Crazy. So
yeah.
Now after college, you finished college?
No, I left to come back and do the comeback album with Shadi. That was the first album I produced on.
Okay, Shadi's album. What year is this?
He went to jail and got out, and I can say it now. But you know, he did a year, came out, and was ready. He got a deal with Ichiban.
Yep.
And I produced like half the album.
What year is this?
This is 94.
94?
Yeah.
All right, I'm a junior right now. I'm a junior in high school.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what's going on in my life.
Okay.
So, so you can say why I'm asking these questions.
Right.
Some of these people watching, they from Massachusetts, like I am probably. So
right.
They probably don't even know who Shadi is. He's a big rapper from Atlanta.
Like the first one to really go outside of Atlanta, because when he signed with Luke, you know, that was like, you know, Luke might as well have been fucking Atlantic Records back then. Right. Yeah, exactly. And when he put that Gotta Be Tough out, everything I say, you know, is from that shit was like the biggest shit ever. So Shadi he wasn't the first, but he was that dude. And what a lot of people don't know, Shadi is from the Bronx.
Isn't he?
Bronx River Projects.
Isn't he like Run's family, right?
It was some kind of way. I don't think it's blood. Yeah. I don't think, but some kind of way. Because I remember we ran in to run them at the gate, and they exchanged whatever. But
where's the gate? The gate's here.
That was the club out in Decatur.
Okay, out in Decatur.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. So I think it was on Gresham. But yeah, so just being the DJ. Damn, what was I going? I was saying, where were we going before we talked about the run shit? I was going somewhere with it.
I don't know. Where was we going, Nash? Where was we going with it?
So before you went to college.
Oh, you said you were killing the parties. We were killing the parties.
Oh, hell yeah. Nigga, I ain't had no money to go to college. That's how I was eating in college. In high school, no. See, this is how me and Edward J fell out. Before I went to college, Edward J wasn't paying us, right? Yeah. And so I won't go into the details of that, but.
All right, so anyway, wait, before we even get there, so you putting out all these tapes and you ain't getting paid.
If I tell you what I was getting paid, I'll just say I wasn't getting paid.
All right, cool.
And what's dope about this is that I'm really learning the record business at this point without even knowing it.
Without knowing you learn
right.
the business.
So I'm going through record business shit as a teenager.
Yep.
Right. But even then I was like, hell, fuck no. Because I was working the cash register. Okay. So I was seeing what the fuck I was selling. So I would go like, yeah, I was working in the Edward J shop, selling my own shit.
And you watching it?
It was $13.50 a pop for a 90-minute tape and $10 for it was a 10 my friends for a 60-minute tape and a nifty $13.50 for a 90-minute mixtape. So yeah.
So this is the slogan they probably.
That was Edward J lingo right there.
Lingo,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Elvin J was the motherfucker, man. I love Elvin J, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want people to get it misconstrued. I don't. There's nothing but love.
No, he's an Atlanta legend. This is prior to, you have some of the younger guys. You might know a DJ Drama or that. There was Edward J was before that, and I got to give it up.
But not only that, man. I come from good stock, and they raised me. Edward J, Shy D. I was raised by niggas who really was a part of the fabric of the concrete slab that this shit is laid on.
That built the hip hop scene
right,
out here.
Right. And so I'm from that bloodline. So I ain't got nothing but love for that. Right. So and being the cool thing about Shy was so hip hop, but he wasn't.
You were telling us that. Okay, you were telling us you did half the album. He was from the Bronx.
Right. So Shy D was a New York nigga.
Yeah.
That's why all the samples and all that shit he was picking. He was a crate digging motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's why his records came out the way they did.
Down here in Atlanta making this.
So he's a New York nigga from the Bronx making South
hip-hop
music. Right.
Okay.
And so he instilled hip hop shit. Everything he did, even from the way he mixed records, the kick and the snare.
Yep.
You start with the kick and the snare. Most niggas start with the 808.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hip-hop, this boom bap.
Boom bap, right. He the boom bap nigga. So if you go back and listen to his old records, his records were always mixed. Like they sounded different than everything else. But these are the little things I didn't know at the time. I'm learning all this shit. I'm just in it doing it because I'm loving it or whatever. But I'm picking up some good ass shit that I could take through the rest of my life. Right. You know what I mean? And become the Shy D to like the Ying Yang twins.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
So now when did production come in for you?
Well, I would fuck around. It's a natural progression for any DJ.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, to start fucking around with beats. But really with Shy D, he really took me up under his wing. And he had 2 of everything. He had 4 turntables. He had 2 SP12s. Because he had 2 and Mike Fresh. So I don't know how that was working, but he had 2 sets of everything.
So was the SP the first machine you worked on?
Yeah, no doubt. I worked on the SP 12, not the 1200. Yep. The 12 that you could only do 1 beat at a time, then you had to erase that shit.
That's crazy.
You couldn't save it because we didn't have no fucking external drives or nothing like that.
I never got on the SP.
Man, I did the first version of Drop Like This Bitch on the SP 12, and because I recorded it before I recorded it for Itchy Bun. The version that everybody know and love, that's actually the second version that I did. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I guess it gets to me.
Shit, you making me remember shit that I forgot, really.
All right, so now you got you did the Shy D thing. What was next for you? What was your next, the next?
Well, with me and Shy wound up kind of going our separate ways, and then that's when I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? And at that time, that's when Raheem had found Drama with the left, right, left.
Yes.
Yeah, and so
now this is around
99.
This is when I get here. Yeah. When I get here is Drama. Well, I'm gonna tell you what's going on when I get here. It's Drama. 404 Soldiers is happening.
Oh wow. What was the name of that song? 404.
Walk Like a Soldier.
Oh yeah.
Talk Like a Soldier. That's going on.
Okay.
Pastor Troy got this record going on. Ain't no more play.
Ain't no more play. Yeah, no more play.
I've never heard before.
So your world was shook.
I'm getting spun. I'm going to a club on Bankhead called Atlanta Live,
wow.
and they is playing booty shake music, and they is going crazy.
And then that's it. Like I say, that was in the transition because it's transitioning out of booty shake now.
Yeah, now into another sound now.
Right.
So now you see this next sound coming in, and who you working with?
Shit, at that time I was like, when I left Shy, I got 2 record deals as an artist that paid pretty good money. Yeah. I mean, I went back to Itchy Bun after I left from Shy. I got a nice check. At the time, it was a nice check.
As an artist.
Right. And then my contract got bought out by another company for the second album I did. Well, technically, it was my 3rd album. It was my 2nd album after Shy D. Yeah. No, it was my 4th album. Fuck. So I got.
Wait a minute. So you did Shy D, and then you put 4 albums out?
Well, I did 2 with Shy D while I was down with Shy D, and then I did 2 after.
All right, okay, all right.
And so by the time I did my last album, mind you, I got nice checks for both of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I made more money after Shy D than I did with Shy D. But
you started to learn the game.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You learn how to get the paper now.
And it's crazy. Before, when I was just going into the office and sitting there and watching shit. See, you watch shit. You say to yourself, okay, maybe I wouldn't have said that. Maybe I would do it this way or that way, but it's not my call because I'm with him. He's the boss.
Yeah, that's what he's
right. But when I was able to
do it on your own.
I read a lot of people, quote unquote bosses, they don't give a fuck about the person sitting across,
right?
At the desk. They just know what they want. Fuck you, pay me, blah blah blah. And you could, if you look at people and you read people, you'll see it's different ways to get what you want.
Absolutely.
And I learned that from watching Shy because he was a New York.
So we come up with the New York attitude, like, yo, son, like.
I'll never forget the first time he stormed out of the Itchy Boy office. I stayed there because I was stuck.
He just got up and walked off.
He said, he cussed the motherfuckers out, got up and walked out while I'm sitting here like the nigga and get out.
You a teenager?
Yes. I was sitting there like that. Well, no, I was in my early 20s at the time because he cussed them out on my behalf on some shit that to me it wasn't even.
Like, chill, we ain't had to do all that.
Right. So I'm sitting there like the nigga and get out like, yo, what the fuck in the office.
Right.
So just going through stuff like that, you learn, okay, if it was me, I would have did it a little different. And I did it different, and I made, yeah. And so I did those 2 albums, and then when Raheem put out Drama, I saw that because at the time Booty Shake music wasn't popping no more, and I got my last check off of Booty Shake album. The shit didn't do nothing, and I saw Raheem do the Drama, and I was watching him, and he was starting down in Macon. It wasn't even no Atlanta shit he was doing.
Yeah, he's from Macon originally, right?
No, he's from here. He's
Where's Drama? Where's Drama down there?
I don't know what.
Cash.
This is 99. This is in 99.
Now we're in 99.
So Raheem popping Drama, but I'm sitting here watching how he doing it. He ain't starting in Atlanta. He's starting in Macon.
Yeah.
And Raheem was filming shit. He was like the first nigga I saw filming the skate party, going to the school at the radio station and showing. He would take this shit and show it to like the PDs, the program directors and shit, to show that this shit is real.
Okay, that's smart.
Man, Raheem is a fucking genius.
All right, right quick, for everybody that really don't know what's going on, because we just talking, we know.
Right, Raheem the Dream.
Raheem the Dream. All right, because you got to think, for me, back in Massachusetts at this time, this is 1998, 7, 9. All I knew of Raheem the Dream was a video that came on Rap City.
What was it? Short Shorts?
Nope, not even Short Shorts.
The Beautiful Girl?
Beautiful Girl.
Okay, yeah.
Now you got to think, what year is this?
That was 97 maybe,
So
right?
you got to think about
96?
You got to think about a 18-year-old kid in Massachusetts.
You wasn't fucking with that.
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
Not
till I got here and saw the scene. You got to think that's where all this comes from.
Yeah.
I had to come see the scene to really grasp it. Like, okay, it's different down here. You know what I mean? Like, it's different, and the way they do it is just, this is the way they do it.
But let me put it in more perspective for Raheem. DJ Toomp was DJing for Raheem first, before he DJ'd for Shy D.
Yes.
So Toomp was the DJ on Raheem's first single, Raheem the Dream.
Yep.
Right. So Toomp been doing this shit a long time.
Yeah, Toomp been around.
Toomp been in it. Shout out DJ Toomp.
Yeah,
Toomp been doing this shit for a very long time.
Yes.
It was the fucking illest DJ out the city, for real.
Like, really got them hand skills.
Got them hands, put them hands on you.
It's not a game. It's not a game. Like,
yeah.
I love when I see DJs that can still get it in. Like,
yeah.
So if y'all don't know DJ Toomp, did a lot of T.I.
Google him.
Yeah.
He the one put T.I. on.
Absolutely.
I don't know the particulars of how it actually started, but his sound.
But his sound is DJ Toomp.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So now let's get back to Raheem the Dream. He's working the Drama record. You see his change.
So I see it. So I was like, yo, this bass shit ain't working. No Limit is popping and shit. So my shit about out of. So I got my last little check I'm sitting on from a little record deal or whatever. I say, well, shit, if Raheem can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
So I did some shit for D-Rock, which is one of the Ying Yang twins, and they weren't even a group at the time. And so
D-Rock had a record out.
Bankhead Bounce.
Bankhead Bounce.
Yeah,
Bankhead Bounce.
they were signed to Elektra.
Word.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't as an artist. Diamond was signed to Elektra.
Wow.
D-Rock was signed to Ichiban. That's how we hooked up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So D-Rock and Kane did a song on my album with Ichiban, the one I did right after I left Shadi, called Dead Crunk. They appeared as the Yin Yang Twins for the first time on that album. Yeah, and when they recorded that shit, I got chill bumps on my arm. Man, them niggas was in there like this some real Crush Groove type shit. You remember when LL came into the motherfucker? Yeah. That's how them two to me came off, and I wasn't even trying to be no record label or no shit. I was just like, yo, y'all niggas is the shit.
They just came through like,
yeah,
we about to go in here and get busy.
Yeah. So that the chemistry for them was there from day one.
Right.
And D-Rock was a solo artist. Kane was more of a writer at the time, and so now I was like, yo, shit, I'm gonna call Raheem and see how he did this shit, And Raheem gave me the game, man, and the shit worked with Yin Yang.
He actually gave me the game, like, yo, this is how I did it.
Because I felt like from a talent perspective, I always you got to be a little cocky with your shit,
You have to.
So I always felt like my talent was superior, and if he can do it, I can do it. If we just basing it off of that.
That's how
But I ain't got the marketing shit that he got though.
Yeah.
So when he gave me the marketing shit, the rest is history. Yeah.
So, all right. What was Ying Yang's first?
What's the Why You Twerk?
Why You Twerk?
Yeah.
It
actually dropped at the end of 1999.
Now, what was that like? Okay, now you got, because didn't Disney have something with that?
No, it was the Snow White.
The Snow White, okay.
Estate, which is a lady by the name of B.B. Bourne. She's gone now, but it was her. It was either her father or her husband. Whoever it was, they were deceased. Mm-hmm. So she was handling the estate, and she wouldn't clear the sample.
Like at all?
Nah.
Like not having.
Well, we didn't try to clear it at first, but then we got picked up by Universal. They tried to clear it, and she was like, "Fuck y'all." They offered her $1 million.
She did not.
She said, "Fuck y'all." Yeah, I think this is Snow White. She didn't need it.
What's the Why You Twerk?
We was shitting on the legacy of Snow White. So,
But I mean, did that hurt?
This record could have sold 10 million. Like back then, dog. This record was it was growing at a rate that I didn't even know it was possible. It was doubling in size by the week.
And this is
the original version.
You had the album with Shadi. You had your album. Was this the first one that?
Yes.
This is like when you like, oh man, like this is crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
How many to date? What is the?
We had to pull it. What's dope about Whistle While You Twerk? You could never gauge it in numbers because it literally.
Had to pull it. Yeah.
We had to pull it, and then we went back and did another version where we changed the sample. As a DJ, that second. Yeah. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't what the original was.
It wasn't what it was.
So the original is like a cult thing. You know what I mean? This shit will live on in twerk. It was the first twerk song.
I'm absolutely gonna play it this Saturday.
And it still responds to this day.
Just like it was when I
just like back then.
Just like when I first. I mean, when Whistle While You Twerk was 99, 2000.
What's dope? 99, 2000. Yeah. Correct. But what makes me proud? Sonically, it still holds. That's the Shy-D shit.
That means a lot.
The quality of that record was so superior. Mm-hmm. If you play that record behind Back That Ass Up, which was clearly a bigger record,
it comes right in.
But sonically, we killing it.
Right now.
Sonically, no, I'm saying from a quality perspective.
Right. Yeah.
Because Back That Ass Up was kind of dull or whatever. It was a bounce. It had a bounce feel.
Got that.
My sound come from Booty Shake.
Right.
So I mix my shit like a Booty Shake record. You know how that Booty Shake, it was bright, crisp, booming. So that's the difference between bounce and twerk.
So bounce is what's the main record that they're channeling the bounce stuff from?
Probably the one that most people probably know is Where They At, DJ Jimmy. Like that's the record, but even that record quality was horrible.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But their pattern and
But the shit be
doing
jamming though.
Yeah,
The shit just be
jamming.
jamming.
They got they bounce.
But sonically it was so bad because as a DJ I used to hate to have to play that record.
Yeah.
Because the quality was so bad. But again, the stuff that I learned just from coming from up under the people that I did, that song holds up in 2018.
Absolutely.
Damn near 20 years later.
Absolutely. Let's make some noise for Whistle While You Twerk. Huge record. Boom. Huge record. Huge record. Now, let's talk about the Whisper song, man.
Okay.
That record was huge.
That's the whole Mr. Collipark shit.
That's when you really put
that was the birth of Mr. Collipark. That
Whisper
song.
record.
The sound, the look, the name, everything.
Huge
The
record.
flyer, I put Mr. Collipark on the flyer first.
Yeah.
And that's how it kind of, we didn't think the record was going. It got leaked.
The Whisper record?
Yeah, it got leaked. My homeboy at the time leaked the shit. And
The homeboy leaks the record. I always want to know about this too. Yo, my record got
dumbass leaked it to the DJ in the town that he come from. So it was obvious.
So who's the first? So who's the first city then?
Columbus, Georgia. Kay Dunaway.
Kay Dunaway, the first person.
Yeah,
to
she
write.
was the first one to play it. Yep.
It
But
was-
she wouldn't tell me.
where she got it from.
I knew who did it, but I just needed her to say it. But she wouldn't say it because this was my dog. This was my college roommate
Right.
who had been with me since college. He was fucking with me, so we fell out behind that. But it was the biggest blessing
Hey man, that's
in the
huge
world
record.
at the time.
Huge record. Huge record. Okay, so now you got Ying Twins going. Did you start the label off of the
Yeah.
Ying Twins?
Well, no, I started it. How you just say everybody started it.
Everybody got a record
but
label.
they jumped it off.
They jumped it off.
Yeah.
So who's next after that?
Was it Cadillac Boys with Tex James out of Macon?
Yo,
Me and Kirk did that deal.
you're gonna make me get up and throw my hat. I forgot about the Cadillac Boys.
Me and Kirk, Rashida's husband. Are they married? Kirk and Rashida, are they
still
married?
married. They still
I mean, are they official? Like, is it for real?
Yeah, they still married.
I never knew that, but
Are they married?
I don't know.
That's a good
I know
question.
they're a couple,
They've been a couple forever.
right? So me and Kirk did the Cadillac Boys
Kirk
together.
Frost. That's crazy.
I'm gonna tell you who else I did. I did Sammy Sam, the Stepdaddy record. Stepdaddy, do Stepdaddy.
Yep.
Me and Rocco did that deal together. That's how I met Rocco.
Rocco did have Sammy.
Rocco had Young Dro. Rocco
He
had
had
Sammy
Fable.
Sam. I didn't know he had Fable.
He had Fable too.
That's how me and Rocco met.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Rocco is in the Stepdaddy video.
I gotta go to YouTube immediately.
The shit is
See
so
this.
quick though. It's gonna flash me and him together at the same time.
Yeah.
It flashed. We had John Witherspoon in that video.
That's crazy.
But damn, you bringing shit that I forgot about.
No, go ahead, man. That's what I knew. This one I knew.
So we did Sammy Sam. Sammy Sam wasn't really my artist though. It was just like I was riding through Montgomery and heard Stepdaddy. I lost my fucking mind.
So look, so you got but the Cadillac Boys. Let's go back there.
Okay,
This is
some bullshit happened with the Cadillac Boys. With you know what? Certain shit I won't speak on
It's all good.
because I've since become okay with what happened. But some bullshit happened at radio with the Cadillac Boys because some niggas tried to take their record.
Yeah, it was two of them going on.
Right, it was two of them going on, and some real funny shit was going on with the shit, and I wasn't with it, so it all got blew up, basically.
Then it just dead it.
But me and Tex still cool. Tex last stab at it was a record called Smart Girl. Need a smart girl with a dumb booty. That was it. But he's doing radio now, so it all
Where you doing
work out.
radio at?
Macon, he's like the afternoon guy in Macon.
Oh wow.
This nigga love to talk, so that's the best shit he could have ever did.
So he's like 6 to 10. Tex James.
No, he was 6 to 10. Now he's the afternoon guy.
Like 2 o'clock.
Yeah,
That is wild.
that's wild as shit, right?
Give it up for Tex James, man. Going to radio, man. That's dope, man. I like to see rappers that can continue on in the business, man.
So it was Sammy Sam, Cadillac Boys. We were one of the first deals to do Asylum. Remember Asylum?
Yep.
They had the whole Mike Jones and Paul Wall and all that shit. That was the shit that blew them up. But I was right there right after that. Right after those deals were done.
So like Paul, like so
That
like,
whole-
keep him in a year. This is like
Shit.
This is 2000 and let me see. Mike Jones. They'll tell you Mike Jones info on.
That was like 3, 4, somewhere up in there, right? 2003, 2004.
Business is going on heavy at this time. Atlanta
Maybe
scene-
2004.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so yeah, so that shit wasn't working out. Cause see how Asylum work, they want you to do all the work and then they come step in whatever. So that shit wasn't working out. This is when I'm going into the Whisper record, right? So the Whisper song I make a decision going into that album, which was the USA, United States of Atlanta album by the Ying Yang Twins.
This is their second album.
This is their 4th album because
This
we
is
did the
fourth
Whistle While I'm gonna mark the albums by the songs that you know.
Okay.
The first album was Whistle While You Twerk. The second album was Say Ay Ay Ay. Okay. The third album was Salt Shaker.
Okay. Ooh.
Nagging.
Yeah, Nagging. Ooh.
Georgia Dome.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You did all these beats?
Yeah. I didn't do Salt Shaker, but I do all the albums.
Yeah.
I would bring my friends in to do 1 or 2. But
All
yeah,
right, come on, let's go. You got
the 4th album has the Whisper song, Bad with Mike Jones.
Yep.
I'm looking for a dime. Has Shake with Pitbull. Doom da da do do do.
That's on the album. Huh?
Yeah. It has Bedroom Boom with Avant. It has it's a good album. But I make a decision
All right, let's do it.
going into that album to start marketing myself and my brand. That's when you start seeing the suits and the cigars and all that shit.
Wait a minute. Pause. You did the shake beat?
Yeah.
Give it up. Let me try part one more time.
Oh, and in between that, we do Halftime, which is the song that's been played every time New Orleans score.
Yes.
Stand Up and Get Crunk.
Okay.
That comes in between. That's the re-release of the 3rd album that we put Halftime on. It was some Black College shit, so they didn't know what to do with it.
Yes.
We sitting there telling them like, "Yo, this the shit, yo." But white people don't really. They think they be knowing till you, till you show you expose a part of the culture. See, Black College Black College is so black. If you don't go to that shit, you can't relate.
Yeah, at all.
So when we took them Stand Up and Get Crunk, they were like, it sounds good, but we were supposed to do a video and all that. Wound up not doing it. But anyway, we doing all this good music. But what I'm saying is, I can't depend on Yin Yang to really hold up the Collipark brand.
Right.
So I make a conscious decision to start branding my shit. I start producing for other people. You know, David Bounder the Play,
Oh, yeah, that was huge.
Miss New Booty,
Yep.
Trap Star for Jeezy.
Yep.
Now
Now, was Bubba Sparks signing?
No, most people think he was, but no, they brought me in after they had done spent all that damn money on his album to do
Try to
a
save
single.
it.
Right,
Try to
right,
save it, yeah.
right. So Miss New Booty, and then I did 2. I did Heat It Up and Miss New Booty, and so I started branding Collipark because me and Yin Yang, they getting grown now, and the shit just feeling kind of crazy. I was like, yo, I can't depend on this shit.
Anything happened.
So in between their 5th album, which was their last album with Collipark, I did my label deal with Interscope.
Okay. Jimmy Iovine.
Right.
Okay.
So they not knowing shit, you know, TBT and all that, because really the blood wasn't too good at the time.
So you're over at TVT this time?
Yeah.
All right, TVT.
Because I didn't have a label deal. It was just like a production situation.
Not like
It wasn't even a label. My deal with Yin Yang with TBT was more like a production deal.
Right.
My Interscope deal was a label deal. So I was so fucking hot as a producer. I had bidding wars going on.
Right.
So I wound up going with Interscope though.
Okay. So now you're in Interscope. Who's the next person that you run
Well,
into?
we won't talk about the failures. I'll just tell you about the hits.
Well,
one minute.
well, listen,
P Stones, you remember this record called Get Like Me? Get Like Me. Who you know that? Like
remember
me.
P Stones.
He was my first
That was your first
artist on
out the
Interscope.
gate. Out the gate, P Stone.
And I used to love that kid, man. I used to love him, but he wanted to be T.I. so bad, man.
You taking me through a time. Man.
Yeah.
All right,
That was a
P. Stone.
snap moment. That was when K-Rab and all them.
Absolutely remember this.
Yeah.
I think at this point.
K-Rab did Get Like Me. He produced it.
I think at this point, who y'all bringing these records to?
Right. Shout out to the Nook.
Yeah, it's you gotta.
So I'm struggling with that because now I'm not trying to recreate Yin Yang Twins. I'm trying to be a real label.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to be synonymous. I don't want my artist to be synonymous with my sound as a producer. And so I was kind of leaving it up to them to do him and his camp to do what they didn't know what the fuck they was doing.
Yeah, they're not good.
Right. And, so I had to learn the hard way. So in the midst of that, I'm like, yo, this shit ain't supposed to be this hard. As long as I've been doing this shit, I know one thing. When you got a hit record, it works itself.
Yeah.
When you got a hit record, all this shit we out here doing, you ain't got to do. So this is what we was at the time, right? When I find A Baby.
So he's your next one.
Hurricane.
Hurricane Chris. Okay.
So I find Hurricane when me and P Stone's going through it.
Yep. How you find Hurricane?
Just being out here.
Just being out
I
here.
heard it on the radio and jumped on the phone. Shout out to Casper. Casper put me up on Baby. Come to find out, I knew Baby.
Casper the Hitman DJs.
Yeah,
Okay.
Casper.
All right.
So Casper gave me what was going on with the shit. Matter of fact, we was at V103. I got on a plane. Like I might have heard the record on a Wednesday. I was in Shreveport on a Friday.
I gotta
Them fucking flights to Shreveport was you might have thought you was going to Hawaii some goddamn well. You try to
because there's no airport there, right?
It's wasn't there, but ain't nobody going. You paying for the whole plane.
Right.
You know, so me and my man, we got on the plane, we went down there and signed. But my shit at Interscope wasn't going so well.
Right.
And so I had an artist in the system that wasn't doing shit. So and then the dude who did my deal over at Interscope, ain't no beef, but he signed Daddy Yankee as well. And at the time, Daddy Yankee had not flopped.
Yeah, he's going crazy.
He signed, but he had not put out his first album at Interscope yet. So the hype on Daddy Yankee is crazy.
So he's just
They laughing at Pitbull at this time, mind you. Pitbull and never be blah blah. They talking cash shit because they got Daddy Yankee.
Daddy Yankees.
Yeah.
Pitbull's over at
TVT. We always over there.
Okay.
Yo Gotti was at TVT.
Yo Gotti,
Lil Jon, Ying Yang, Pitbull,
Okay.
Jackie O. Who else? Funny story. I gotta go back.
Go ahead.
You know, Snoop did the East Siders deal over at TVT.
I remember that.
So he went and got a big ass check from TVT. So we was in Miami for the MTV Awards or some shit like that. So we at the Shore Club, and I hear fucking Drop It Like It's Hot for the first time. Nigga, I lose my fucking mind. So the owner of TVT.
Drop It Like a Hot was on TVT?
No. So it comes on in the club though.
Yeah.
For the first time, I never heard. Nobody's ever heard this shit. The shit come on the system, good ass sound system. This shit banging. I go crazy. I run to the damn owner of TVT. I say, "Yo, is this y'all shit?" He looked at me and put his head down. I said, "Nah, Snoop fucked them so bad, dog."
Whose record was that?
It was Snoop's. But he gave them an East Siders album that had some, I guess, the throwaway shit.
Damn.
I ain't gonna tell you the check I heard they cut Snoop over at TVT. He was making so much money off all us that he had it, but he fucked them. He gave them some bullshit and gave Interscope Drop It Like It's Hot.
I remember the TVT. They would come in the lime green albums.
The East Siders was on
East Siders
TVT, but Snoop dropped Drop It Like It's Hot.
It was like simultaneously.
Right.
That hurts.
Well,
Well, I mean, it hurts for him.
Right, that shit was fucked up because I ran over there like a little kid. You know, I'm a fan of music. I'm a fan of Pharrell, and of course I'm a fan of Snoop. So when I heard the record,
It was like,
yeah. But anyway, damn, where was I? The Corazon is kicking in.
yeah, absolutely. Where we at?
So do you feel like today is different? Like you can't drop a record the same way? Or you
You know what, dog? Today is like the Wild Wild West, in my opinion. You could be the first to do something your way. In today where you it's always been the industry has always been once one person succeeds at doing it this way, everybody follows.
Yeah.
Right? I think with the internet now, it creates like you can make your own way to do shit because of the access that the artists have directly to the people. So it's like you take Chance the Rapper and the shit, and we never. Here's the thing about the internet though, you believe whatever they tell you.
That's true.
You ain't gonna tell me Chance the Rapper was out here by his goddamn self. And I'm just saying. So whatever picture they paint for these artists is the picture that you have to believe unless you can, prove something different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think what's provided with the internet, the access straight to the consumer allows you to create your own way of doing shit.
Regardless of the internet, do you think?
That's where everything at.
No, I know, but do you think like Snoop would have been able to have two versions today, in today's time?
Yeah, most definitely. Because music is so disposable now.
Yeah.
Music, man, throw this shit away.
It comes out so fast.
Yeah,
Like,
you hear today, gone tomorrow. Like I was working out the other day and pulled out Wayne's last mixtape, Dedication 30, whatever the fuck it is.
Right.
It just came out 2 weeks ago. It was all over everywhere for 2 days.
it is dead.
Make more money back then with that?
I think the way you make money is just different now. You know what I mean? Because now you're exposed to so much. You can make more money doing shows now than niggas was making through it, getting a check. Because your platform is bigger.
Just getting show money is
Right.
It's better than selling records.
And that's the way the record labels are convincing you to do the deals. Because it's like, yo, you getting all this money off of shows, but now the streaming done kicked in.
Yeah, so they're trying to do 360s. That's where that case is.
Right. So, but now they done found a way to monetize the internet. So it's wild, wild west out this motherfucker right now.
Like you say, the club when they went express, they had like Snoop fucked up.
Right.
Would it be able to be? Would it?
Yeah, he could do it now.
He could
Because
do it now.
shit, you gave one nigga a hit, you gave another nigga some bullshit.
That's it.
You know
That's
what I'm
just
saying?
what it does.
So yeah, I mean, I just think now there are no more guards. Like back in the day, we had to go through the program director. We had to go through the DJ at the club. These niggas ain't gotta go through none of that shit. They going straight to the consumer. They done cut all that shit out.
You think that you think with the internet is helping the game or hurting the game?
I mean, it is what it is. I'm beyond that now because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
went through my little phase to where I felt a kind
I
of
mean,
way
we
about
gotta
it.
accept it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I mean,
I mean, just look. All right, well, let's look at the breakdown. Because I mean, say you started back in the day when never sold a cassette tape. I sold CDs.
right,
So you was in a whole different era than me.
right,
1350 is what you said.
right.
When I got in wholesale, we was wholesaling at $2. Now, if you hear what they doing now, bro.
I just had a dude when I went to pick up the Corazon. The nigga was standing in front of the stove. No lie, true story. He said, "Hey, bro," he was standing there with his CDs and shit. We all done been there.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Hey, bro, man, you check out my music, man. They ain't charging me 50 cents." Literally, was
50
finna sell me a CD for 50 cents. If that ain't fucking disposable, I don't know what is.
I don't understand before the internet.
What is it that you don't understand before the internet?
I mean, he a young dude. You know what I'm saying?
How old are you?
So I'm 29.
You ain't that
You
goddamn
ain't that young.
Yeah.
But do you really remember cassette tapes?
Now, when I was 13, I knew Bell Shed, LimeWire, so I was out there selling bootleg.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really understand like how artist. I wasn't around the arena with the artists at this time. I was around still. I was still getting some money. I was getting some money off of the versions that Snoop might have been bringing to these people just on the streets in Atlanta. But I don't understand how the artists.
But see, you looking at it from a retailer. I think it's never been a better time for an artist than right
for
now.
artists.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's never been a better time because you could create your own little.
I'm looking at it from the point of the saturation, not from the point of the retailer. But
I mean, it hurts. It hurts. You know when I became okay with with the oversaturation of this shit? When you see the artists who do it for real stand out.
Yeah.
Because before you be like, man, all these niggas doing that.
Everybody's doing it.
But then you see the J. Coles,
They'll
and
start
you
to
see
rise
the
to the
Kendrick, you see even Drake. You know, you see the ones who really, even Migos. Out of all this shit, Migos to me
I love
stood.
Migos.
Yeah, I love them motherfuckers.
I love Migos.
So you take Migos and compare them to all these other motherfuckers that's doing all this shit. They ain't popping like the Migos is popping.
That's what I'm saying.
So there is a degree of separation between the motherfuckers who really do this shit, in my opinion, and the motherfuckers who getting over. Cause that shit ain't gonna last. The getting over shit, just like anything. When you the new shit, everybody going crazy, but after a while,
See, y'all really knew who you needed to know. Like you said, we know the consumer. We know the.
but you know what? Well, you know why I'm glad that part of the game don't exist, because I think with the DJs played themselves. The DJs became to look at themselves as more important than the game. Because I think it was a period of time where DJs felt really, really salty of not being recognized for their role in the success of artists. So they took that shit, not just like the EDM motherfuckers.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They was looking at rap, black music, like, yo, we want in. And we like, nah, nigga, you can't come over here. So they made their own shit. They made their own shit, and they made their own world. I think with DJs in urban music, when they started linking up and making all these DJ crews and all this, you know, it created separation. It's almost like the black community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Everybody's divided.
Right, everybody divided.
Everybody's divided.
You know, nobody's overseeing this shit as a whole because everybody just trying to eat.
With that being said, like,
They fucked up. They're judging what we're going to hear though. Before we even get a chance to hear it, we gotta satisfy you, whether it's up under the table, whether it's you don't like me personally.
Yeah.
It's all kind of shit that goes. Go ahead.
it's a disconnect between the elders. That's what the black community has going on. It's a disconnect between the
No, I don't want to get fucked up.
No.
I want to stay with the DJ shit.
Right.
Because you about to go on some whole other shit.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying is,
What I'm interested in is how y'all did shit. You know what I'm saying?
I
And
mean,
how
first of all, it was only people who really were cut out or were really artists that was trying to do this shit.
you had to have the money. You had to.
Not even just the money, the talent.
Yeah.
Let's start there. Before you had talent, then everybody didn't have money. Now everybody got money. That's another thing. Everybody, the amount of niggas who can come cut you a check now versus back then, money don't matter no more.
Especially in the music business.
Nah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It don't even matter no more. Back in the day, nigga, if I come here and slap some shit, bam, nigga, play my shit. Oh, everybody get out, nigga. We playing this nigga shit.
Yeah.
Now,
I might be looking at it like the old artists had money, but they might just have talent.
yeah, the music was, I ain't gonna say it was better. It was different.
I mean, it was music back then. It was money being passed around back then too.
But it wasn't oversaturated like now.
Nah.
Everybody doing the shit. See, when the DJs went through their little phase of putting themselves in the position to really dictate what's being fed to the consumer, I think it really it fucked up shit, because regardless of the money that you had or whatever, whether they would even take your money. Like now, we got everybody coming because now everybody know I'm the guard
Right.
at the gate. So everybody coming to me. So it's like, I ain't gotta take your money, nigga. I'm gonna take his money just because I'm feeling like that today.
Yeah.
And we're gonna give him a pass. But everybody else, and then everybody be sitting back like, yo, how this bullshit ass music getting played now? Or why is all this shit?
When you heard Hurricanes and Baby, like how you
I was in Atlanta. It was on Mix Show here. Matter of fact, I want to say King Arthur. Remember King Arthur?
He's in the video too.
King Arthur
Arthur
was
was the
playing that
first
shit
one.
in the Mix Show.
This is 107.9.
Damn, I forgot all about that.
King Arthur.
Yeah.
He damn sure did break A Baby.
King Arthur played that shit. I think he was out of town and heard the shit.
He called with Cause I went to Mississippi, and I was about to say not too long ago, but this is about 5 years ago now maybe, and there was a record called Mohead Swag.
Wow.
And it had a dance to it, and it blew my mind. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it never made it here, never
Right.
made it out of Mississippi, but ABB was probably the
Right,
same way.
right. It just so happened to hear it. So happened to hear it. If it wasn't for King Arthur running into Bebe at whatever, I think it was a DJ retreat.
Right.
I want to say, but he came back to Atlanta, played it in the mix show. I heard it, lost my mind, went and found it, and it was just like that. But see now.
How you lose your mind now? On hashtag, on social media.
Before we even get there, all right. You heard this record, lost your mind. What? Bebe's on the radio. Why isn't he taking this record to
Because he's in Shreveport.
He can't really, Yeah,
Come on, now.
airport,
He in Dallas now.
Yeah.
He's in Dallas now. So if he was in Dallas then, he could have did something. But back then he's in Shreveport.
Yeah.
So the first time I talked to Baby, he reminded me that nigga, you know me, nigga, like nigga, yo, we go back. So it made it so easy.
For y'all that don't know, Bebe is a huge DJ.
Yeah.
Radio DJ. Does he do parties and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
So he's
he
a
don't
real
actually
DJ.
DJ. He's a mouthpiece.
Okay, all right. So Bebe's down in Louisiana. Boom.
But he's in Dallas now. He's on
Dallas.
K104.
Okay.
I think it's K104 in Dallas. Yeah, he's on the big station in Dallas afternoons.
So Bebe, the record that we
It's,
all
it's
know,
about a DJ,
that was about a DJ.
not about a girl.
Yeah.
I thought it was about a girl.
It's about a DJ.
Yeah, it's about a DJ.
His name is Bebe.
Yeah, DJ named Baby.
Yes.
You knew that, right?
Nah, you didn't know about Bebe. Nah, Bebe's a DJ down in Louisiana. And this was his radio record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we came on before a show or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Bebe.
Yeah.
All right. So now you got Hurricane Chris.
So let's fast forward. Hurricane Chris. Some funny shit going on with that. You know, my situation with where I wound up taking him because I couldn't take him to Interscope, and so I find Soulja Boy. And I was about to take a job for somebody, like on some executive shit. When I
How do you find? All right, go ahead, man. How
so I was gonna take Soulja over to this situation that I was about to go, but then my business partner was like, "Nigga, if you can't take this to Interscope, you can't take nothing to Interscope."
Mm-hmm.
So we took it to Interscope, and the rest is history.
How'd you find Soulja?
I was doing an interview just like this, and at the end of the interview, in my office at the time, dude was like, "Yo, this is a kid that be on the internet." Yeah, I wasn't even on the internet like that back then.
Nobody was.
And he showed me Soulja, and I looked at it. I was like, "Oh, okay," and that was that. But then while I told you I was about to take this job, so I was actively looking for shit. So I was asking DJs in other markets about artists, and what's the old boy from Memphis? The DJ from Memphis, old school nigga.
Ever still?
No. Street nigga. Anyway, he was in town showing me some artists. I called him like, "Yo, what's popping out there?" And we met up, I want to say at the Crickets on Old National. And the nigga played me a bunch of shit, and Soulja Boy was on the shit. He was like, "Yo, nah, I'm about to play you this shit. It really don't sound that good, but when I play this shit for these kids, they go crazy." So blah, blah, blah. So he's setting it up before he play it.
Mm-hmm.
Then he push play, and it's Bapes. It's Bapes. You could never forget Soulja Boy.
Bapes, yeah.
When you hear a Soulja Boy record, you'll never forget that shit. So
Right.
he hit play, and I'm like, "This the same little nigga
Yeah.
that the nigga was showing me at the office."
Mm-hmm.
So that's when my antenna went off.
All right, this kid got
And then, right. So that's when I go back and really look at this shit. And my mind was blown when I really got into it.
Did you look at the music or his movie?
No,
or
it was the
you looking at,
MySpace page, nigga.
the
It wasn't.
MySpace?
It was
All
not
right.
the music.
It was the
Trust
MySpace
me.
page. All right, so what's going on?
Let me
on
tell you.
MySpace
Let me
page
tell you the
this time?
song that fucked me up. Let
What's
me tell you
that?
the two things that fucked me up.
Mm-hmm.
How old was I at the time? I was a grown ass man. At
Yeah,
this
you
point.
grown at this point.
Yeah.
So, crank that
I'm
is
an
crazy.
adult. I don't know. I'm grown. I had a suit on and cranked that video, so this is after Yin Yang. So The video of the 3 kids, the Cash Camp, whatever the name of those 3 kids was. Remember the Crank That video?
Cash
The
App, yeah.
the 3 kids that was they was
Pull
in
the
the living
gun
room.
out,
So I saw that,
Mhm.
and then I think they had just did that video.
Those are the kids that actually came up with the routine for the dance.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Cash Can. They came
So
up with
that,
Cash
and then when I heard fucking y'all, the dirty
App.
version.
Yeah.
When I heard the dirty version, that shit had me in tears. I played that shit a million times. I played that shit for every nigga came in my office. What you think about this shit? What is that? But it was so funny. It wasn't. It was almost like finding a comedian.
Right.
It wasn't even on no rap shit, really.
He had the
I
rubber
was like,
bands on,
he had a whole little.
the glasses.
Man, this shit was undeniable.
How old Soulja Boy is about?
17. No, 16. He's 16.
No.
Now?
Today.
Fuck. Soulja Boy old as shit now. He about 27.
Okay, so I'm about in the same age
Yeah.
frame.
Yeah.
So I remember when this came out. And like you saying, it's my age.
Damn.
It
Woo.
was no, to me.
Okay.
It was.
Like what you saying, it was to me, my partner put up like, look at this. Like you saying, it was comedy. We was laughing.
No. What?
And I was
Let me
looking
tell
at,
you.
I'm off Baker Road at this time. I'm on Bankhead. I'm on the west side. And I'm watching everybody like, Chalet them, like parlay them. And they're like, look at this. And it went viral. And he became
He was almost to me like some parody shit.
Yeah.
It was almost like some parody shit because then I didn't know the connection that he had to the city because he was in Batesville, Mississippi at the time.
Yep.
But let me tell you, when I started doing my research, literally my kids was playing softball at the time, t-ball.
Yep.
I started asking the little kids at the fucking t-ball. I would ask little kids in the restaurant, "Have you ever heard of Soulja Boy?" Blah, 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 blah. And every last one of them would say, yeah. But let me tell you, them motherfuckers was in love with A-Rap.
Loved it. In the beginning.
Yes.
It was all about A-Rap.
A-Rap was the cute,
They
the
loved
light-skinned
A-Rap.
dude.
Yes.
So I knew it was real. Whatever the fuck it was, which I didn't know what the fuck, I knew it was real.
It's
When
something.
you ask a real person, since one thing, see some shit on the internet, but
Right.
then when that shit was translating, and 9 out of 10 kids that I asked about him, and what was crazy back then, no adults even knew who he was,
It was just kids.
just kids.
You know what's funny too? Remember where we're at. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause we on the first zone, we forget stuff. When that song was out, there was a whole wave of Crank That records going on.
Right.
Crank That Batman.
Right.
Crank That Peter Pan. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So I didn't know because it wasn't my world. I
Yeah.
didn't know where none of the shit was starting or
Right.
originate, whatever. I just know his shit was the best.
yeah, he was the top dog. He was definitely the top dog.
Right, because he was a marketing genius. He was a fucking and for him to still be out, well, not now. Last year, even when he was on the internet waving guns and shit,
Yeah.
I could just the shit wasn't funny, but at the same time, I was like, man, this motherfucker.
Because the market that took to him is even younger than me. So they're still like, they
Right.
listen to it. And
He deserves so much credit for what's going on right now, man.
He
And
changed
if
the
he
game.
if he would just stop and just take it in and just really
Look at what he did.
look at what he did, he could really position himself.
Because as far as ringtones,
Oh man, back then,
The
sound,
ringtone
let me
game
tell
was
you,
crazy.
let me tell you, we used to get the sound scan in every week.
Mhm.
We used to get the ringtone numbers in every week.
Right.
Them motherfuckers used to be neck and neck. We see 1 million over here, 1 million over here.
ringtones.
Ringtones. And then it's funny because after a while, you would see the ringtone numbers start
going down.
dwindling out. So I always ask myself, who the fuck is buying these ringtones?
That's what people buying ringtones.
They're buying
now.
fucking ringtones.
Ringtones was a major business.
Yeah.
I want to say Soulja Boy and
Hey, baby, shit. I just got a 3 million plaque on Hurricane a couple of months ago.
that's wild.
But his ringtones was like that too.
Walk It Out. DJ Unk got a lot of ringtone money.
Laffy Taffy.
A lot of ringtone money. Remember that? Text 579, get your ringtone. Remember that commercial used to come on? Nah, that's great. So, all right, so you got Soulja Boy. Like I said, he did the internet. He definitely changed the game with the internet. And I love what's going on with the internet. Absolutely love what's going on with the internet. So who's after that? What's going on after Soulja Boy?
Well, after Soulja Boy, we signed VIC.
Okay.
But my brother signed VIC, and he did a deal over at Warner. I executive produced that, and I actually produced Get Silly, and I did like 3-4 records on that album. Get Silly, Wobble, a record with Avant, and
Now, not to say no names, but there's somebody going around saying, "Yo, he came to me in the club. I did the beat for Wobble." I'm in the head. I'm like, huh?
who is it? John Boy or not John Boy? Swole.
Could be. I don't know.
What did he look like?
I can't remember. But
Okay, so this is what happened. So what happened with Wobble was, and you look, it's a co-producer on there. His name is
Yeah.
Swole.
Okay.
He played the instruments on it.
Okay.
So what happened? I was in a session with some R&B chicks all fucking day long. So I used to hate doing R&B, dog. I used to hate R&B, dog. That's the slowest shit. That's like peeling. Anyway, I did this session with some R&B chicks, and so we wrapping up. Lights come up, you know, everybody talking shit. Everybody walk. I still got my headphones on, and I got my shit still hooked up. So everybody talking, they can't hear what I'm doing, but I got my headphones on, so I fuck around. So now they done cut the lights on. I'm trying to goddamn get some energy. Yeah. I'm just in the headphones, just jamming and shit. I come up with the drum beat for Wobble in this session. Don't ask me how.
Right. You just
it
play
had
around.
nothing to do with nothing. I'm just in that motherfucker. So I come up with this. After it's done, everybody getting ready to leave. I say, hey man, drop this shit. I tell the engineer, lay the shit just so I have it.
So I can have it.
So my brother, this motherfucker would go through all my beats. I do a lot of shit like that.
Yeah.
He the only motherfucker would go through my beats.
Just listen to
And
it.
go through all my shit. So he did the deal with VIC. So we was in album mode. So he done got all my shit off my hard drive. So that beat is on the beat CD. So I'm not even in the studio when they hearing this shit.
Right.
So that beat comes on, and one of the guys, whoever, say, yo, we need to fuck with this.
This one right.
So what happens is they take that drum beat and they basically record the record. Now, mind you, Frank ain't on it, and it's just everywhere. It's horns here. It's shit going everywhere. Like, it's all the elements is there.
Yeah.
But it ain't on a song
It's
yet.
not, it's not mixed. It's just
Right.
everything
It's just so when I get it, I have to put on my Quincy Jones hat now. And so I go in and make the shit fit. And I finish producing the record.
Right.
Swole actually played the horns on the record.
Okay.
John Boy, that's my dog. I still fuck with John Boy.
I believe it was John Boy.
Well, see, don't get it twisted, because I had somebody try to check me. Like, yo, I didn't want to say nothing, but you didn't really do Wobble, did you?
Nah, I know how it goes.
You can't do that. Well, you know the truth, man. You can't do nothing but that. This shit is funny to me.
Right.
John Boy actually is on the song physically saying Wobble. He had nothing to do with
the production. Wow,
He
wow,
wrote that.
Okay.
But he presents himself as the Wobble Man.
That's what I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know.
Now let me tell you, because that's why I started off saying I was at the video.
Right.
I was in the Get Silly. So when this guy comes to me and says, I did the beat for Wobble, I'm DJing. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Whatever, yo.
Yeah.
And I kept it moving.
Yeah, so, but if you look at the record, I gave Swole co-production on the record, because he played the horns and shit. Like, he deserved that shit. So I had a team of producers called the Package Store at the time.
I remember that.
John Boy, Mr. Hanky,
Mr. Hanky.
Swole.
Mr. Hanky did Stanky Leg, right?
No, Mr. Hanky just did the fucking On the Way with Luke Nasty.
Yeah, yep.
He did California for what's the dude? Colonel Loud.
Colonel Loud and Rico.
He did Walk Around the Club, Fuck Everybody.
That record.
For Trilly.
So you had them too.
That was my independent record. Yeah, we did that with Malico.
That was a huge record.
Yeah.
Huge
That's
record.
probably my biggest street record ever. They still doing shows off that shit.
I know they are.
But yeah, so that record was a gumbo of everybody participating, writers, and it was probably the closest thing to like some Motown shit that we ever did.
And it took 2 years because I tell people too, like sometimes, like I worked with a DJ with Cash Out, you know. So this is probably one of the first examples I've seen of this. As we're doing shows, he says, "Yo, I got this record I made. We listen to it in the car. She's twerking." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, that record hard, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, let's do it on the show. You know what? Let's start bringing a girl on stage. Nash, remember this? Let's start bringing a girl on stage. I'm gonna play She Twerking. Start doing it.
That's how the record called?
Nah, it's not how the record called. Maybe a year later. What y'all be doing on the show? We do this song, then we do She Twerking. She Twerking. Yeah, they like that shit. They love that shit. Not to say that my conversation had anything to do with it, but
right
after that.
But you know what though? I believe when magic happens, every little thing counts.
Yeah.
So that conversation, everybody plays their role. It's when people try to take too much credit of what they were to the picture.
Yeah, like, nah, I broke that record. Like,
right.
Nah, I didn't break.
So that's why when somebody come and tell me some shit about something I know, that you can't do nothing but laugh at this shit. That's you know, because especially if somebody is trying to take more credit than they deserve, right. You're like, okay, man, I'm gonna let them have that, man.
So now for that record to do, all right, y'all do the record. This comes the record. VIC puts out the Get Silly. Wobble, like I said, I'm at the video shoot.
He got dropped after Wobble because he didn't do shit.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. This is what I don't think the public really realized.
Well,
when I get the phone call from my aunt and she says Wobble, I'm like,
Tony Neal called me first.
Tony
Neal from the Core DJs called me first, like, yo, I don't know what the fuck y'all doing, but this need to be VIC next single. This is like a year and a half later now. Mm-hmm. He said, but this need to be VIC next single. I'm like, what? Wobble. I'm like, are you fucking serious, dog?
I mean, it was a big.
I'm like, that was his second single. The shit is old. Well, he was Get Silly.
Yep.
He was like, well, I'm up here DJing this Coca-Cola party, that literally, and they go crazy for this shit. So he was the first one that called me and told me that the shit. So he was like, you had a computer? Pull up, blah blah blah. So I want to say, I don't know if that wedding video, something was online that I found that made me say, oh shit,
it done caught on.
Right. And so yeah. You know what? I got a couple of songs. It really just hit me last week. Seriously, for real. I just had an uncle that passed over the holidays, and it just hit me. Mortality, right? So it hit me that when I'm dead, I could die today, and I got some shit out here that's gonna be going. My kids will be able to
it's
like
about legacy.
I have a legacy out here.
Yes, when you're dead and gone,
right.
Your name was still Mr. Collipark. You still gonna
right.
30 years down the line, somewhere it's gonna be boom, doom, doom.
Right. Wait, you talking about before the day?
He didn't know what Mr. Collipark looked like.
You serious, dog?
Hey, man. Well, I'm glad I can show you what Mr. Collipark looked like.
No. Most niggas think they got me at like 59 or 60 on Wikipedia or some shit. I ain't even changed the shit, dog. I'm like, yo, fuck it, man. I let him. No, man. No, man. No, dog. Nah.
Hey, man, well.
Yeah, that's why I don't fuck around. I think I'm at the age now where it's like at some point, nigga, I'm 45. You know, to put it in perspective, when your daddy was 45, what the fuck? Yeah. He wasn't out here on no little boy dumb shit. Like, for real. We
around 21 to 25.
Right. Right. Right.
That's their Run DMC. So.
My dream, like for real, hopefully I can bring everybody back together and do what Jermaine did with the So Death.
I would love to see that.
Yeah,
man.
you know,
bring all the artists back together. Yes.
Because I go to Yin Yang shows now, and they can do it by themselves. They show is fucking the catalog, the feeling that they give the feeling of like Motown shit. When people hear their shit,
Yeah, we opened up for Ying Yang one time. You know Attitude, the writer? You ever heard of him from Alabama?
damn, the name sound familiar.
We opened up for them in Birmingham.
Okay.
D-Rock came on the stage. He started jumping in the air. I never seen nobody with this much vertical ups in my life. D-Rock from the Ying Yang Twins can bang on somebody, I promise you. He was jumping in the air so high, I said, dude, you see this show they putting on? They had a white boy DJ going crazy.
Scientists, nigga,
my God.
I'm instilled in them war. Showtime is war. We killing every nigga touch the stage. Before us, after
Yes.
us, nigga, you want to downplay us in the lineup, you want to diss us, you don't want to give us our credit, we gonna, that's your ass on stage. That's how I brought them up. That's how I was brought up.
That's how it's supposed to do. That's the art of
Yeah.
war. That's
See, most
hip-hop.
artists don't even look at it like that no more.
That's hip-hop.
Nigga, we now was it Crush Groove. It's been a whole lot of superstars on this stage. Nigga, that scene right there,
Yeah.
that sent chills up my arm.
This is my motherfucking
This is my
house.
fucking house tonight. Now, when I say whose house,
Oh, man.
come on, dog.
You got to watch the greats.
Come on, dog. But I instilled that in them.
Now, speaking on that, what do you think, how you feel about the game now? Like, you know, they say mumble rap and all that.
I mean,
I
you know,
like what these kids are doing because
I wish it was more a variety in what's going on. That's probably the biggest thing I can say, because again, like in Atlanta in its heyday, you had Pastor Troy, you had Ying Yang Twins, you had Lil Jon, you had Outkast, you had Bone Crusher, you had Ludacris, you had so much variety.
Yep.
And what we were given now is Lil Yachty.
Sounds like the same thing.
Yeah, I can't tell one motherfucker from the next.
That's no disrespect to them because they, you know, saying not by any means I don't want anybody to take that like that. It's no disrespect.
But they
to what
okay
do.
with it. That's the only part about it.
That they're cool with it.
Yeah, if you're an artist, you're not supposed to be okay with that. You ain't supposed to be okay with us not being able to tell you from the last nigga.
Nah, that's not what. That's
They
not
okay
what this,
with it.
That's not what this came up on. You know,
They
I mean,
okay with it, man. You know.
I don't know.
And it's only so much because I have to assume responsibility for a lot of shit that's actually going on. Because you could put on fucking a Gucci bandana right now, and it'll fit right in with all this shit that's going on.
Yeah.
You know, but back then, Soulja was whack. You know what I'm saying? Soulja was whack.
Yeah.
He had to have Gucci on his album,
That
back
gave,
then.
that gave him street cred.
but he was so beyond that back then.
That
This is, I'm telling you, this the significance he has in what's going on right now.
he was beyond it back then. He had to put that.
He would name check Gucci in interviews with niggas. He ain't had no business even talking about Gucci Man in this interview. And we used to be sitting back like,
Why you talking about
man,
Gucci?
what the fuck, man? Oh, he was serious about that shit. But look at Gucci. He saw what's going on now. Back then.
He was young though.
Yeah.
You gotta think these are kids. We adults looking.
Right.
You know what's something too? And I realized with Gorilla Zoe and with Cash Out, I kind of realized this. I used to look at the labels in New York. We used to go there. And they used to try to dictate the records that they had to put out. And they would go through these arguments. And I was like, yo, how does execs think they can run what's going on down here from up there? You don't even know you can't even see it.
That's how I got out my Universal deal with Whistle While You Twerk. Because when they wouldn't clear the sample, they didn't know what the fuck they was doing. It was obvious at this point. Because it's easy for you to sign some shit that's already popping.
Yeah.
We had a whole album. And so we was like, they were scared to fuck with anything else on the album, though. So I was like, yo, if y'all ain't gonna fuck with nothing else on the album, either give us another budget to go back in and do another album, or let us go. They were like, well, let us hear some more music.
Right.
And I brought them I. They were like, nah,
They weren't feeling it.
nigga. That's the best thing could have ever happened.
Record was going stupid.
Yeah. It went stupid. That taught me the lesson of never put all your eggs on one motherfucking song. Because we had the whole world in our hand with Whistle While You Twerk, and it was snatched from up under us overnight. when that bitch wouldn't clear that sample, it was
I
like,
know that had to be like,
oh, dog, my world, like, nigga, you can't imagine. They literally offered her $1 million for the sample.
She said, nah.
She said no. Nigga, I was stuck.
Like, what do I do next? Like,
Nigga, I was out here working like a slave, nigga.
it caught on though.
Yeah, it did.
Hold on.
I was when we would do shows, I was giving away book money.
That's crazy.
I'd be like, I didn't have it like that. I was like, who needs some book money?
You going to do college shows?
Nigga, you
give
give away
book
what, about
money?
$40, $50, some shit like
Yeah,
that.
they go get them some books.
Yeah.
I mean,
This the shit.
but it's a marketing scheme.
Yeah, shit. That was a survival scheme.
You say book money, what that mean?
For college, you had to buy your fucking books.
They go in the kid.
The motherfucking girls needed some books. They need their books paid for. I went to college, so I knew, you know what I mean, when we would go to those markets where the college towns were, I'd be like, you know, but it would make all the girls get up on stage and create a whole twerk frenzy.
Pay for the books, now you
Yeah.
got. That's smart.
Yeah.
Yes, that's smart.
Yeah.
We give it up for marketing genius, getting the girls on stage. That's when I got the sheets working, and you know, probably got from Mr. Collipark, didn't even know it.
All right.
Hey man, so look, man, I'm not gonna keep you here any longer, man.
Yeah, you already done got me drunk, man.
Yeah, man, it was my pleasure, man. I got a lot of good insight on the early Atlanta, the career and the history of Mr. Collipark. Like I said, I'm gonna do this podcast like this every week, just to show the South.
Yeah.
Show the South. And,
I appreciate it too. And you know what? I started responding to people reaching out to me because it was a time where I don't know, for whatever reason I just wouldn't have been here. You know, and really when it hit me was when they did the VH1 joint, and I went to the premiere and everything downtown or whatever, and everybody was after it was over. I got so many calls and people literally running up on me mad because I wasn't in it, but they reached out to me.
But you just didn't do it.
I didn't do it. They didn't reach out to me like, we got to have you in it.
They were just like, we're doing this.
Yeah, it wasn't no hard reach out, but it was my fault that my part of the story
Didn't get told.
and it really ain't. The people who know what I mean to what we talking about, they go hard for that shit, and so it ain't even really just about me. They want like niggas need to know, nigga.
Well, I knew there was a story, man. I wanted to be told, man.
Hey, so I'm here.
I got much respect for you, my brother, man. I
it,
appreciate you coming out. I think my first real cameo in the video was "Get Silly" ever in life.
Wow.
I can show my kids
That's crazy that you was at the Get Silly shit, dog.
I had my Biggie shades on, man. I was lit. I had my Super Friends coat on.
Wow.
You couldn't tell me nothing.
Wow.
Like you said at that time when you felt like you were superior. At that time,
right.
you couldn't tell me nothing.
Well,
dog.
you know what, dog? I'm glad to have been a part of that.
Yeah, man.
I'm proud, and it humbles me that somebody can tell a story that meant something to them, like for real. I ain't talking about no bullshit.
No,
like you saying that meant something to you,
No, that meant a lot.
and you know,
Like you say, I mean, I come from Springfield, Massachusetts. It's a music scene. There is no music scene. None. There's
Right.
Me and DJ Mars both come from the same exact scene.
I ain't know that.
Me, Mars, Bistro, Ramona the Bro. There is no music scene from where we come from.
I ain't know
to
about
watch,
damn.
yeah, Bistro's from Holyoke.
See, all y'all the motherfucking came down here and linked up. Okay,
Freak
y'all,
nigga.
y'all infiltrated. Y'all infiltrated. Y'all getting it now, goddamn.
well, really, I can't. My story is different. Mars came here at college. I think Ramona was college. I think Bistro, me and Bistro, kind of the same. We was up there fucking up, so we had to get up.
Oh, okay.
So,
I fucked with Bistro, dog.
That's
I did a record with Bistro and Nabs. Did you hear it? Do it for the gram?
Yep, I did hear that. You did that?
I
record?
did that. Yeah, because Nabs called me. We want to do some bat Nabs or something. He had
Yeah.
Hey Nabs, I fuck with you.
Nab's supposed to be here today too.
Nabs wanted to do a record, a DJ Nabs DJ record. I want to say with the Batman theme, and I was like, And so at the time, I'm like, I want to do like some real hip hop, like, because Nabs really go in. I said, I'm gonna take the "I Got the Power" sample from Snap And that's a good little loop. I used to love that shit. So,
Dude.
yeah. So I did the beat, and then I said, Bistro always, to me, had that voice. So Bistro sent me the lyrics, and we did the Do It for the Gram. Yeah.
Yeah, big record.
So me and Nabs got some shit in the works, by the way. I don't know if we got some shit. We about
Nabs got something coming.
Yeah. Me and Nabs. Yeah.
Nabs supposed to be here, man. That's another OG legend.
Yeah,
DJ
but that's
Nabs.
a whole nother show, though.
It's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother show. I can't wait to get.
He can sit here with the book and do like this.
and just keep talking.
Yeah, like a teacher and shit.
Like, for real.
All right, man. I got a date, man.
Yeah, this Collipark got a date, man. Like I said, I appreciate him being here, man. It's the South got something to say. DJ Bobby Black, Mr. Collipark in the building.
Let's go. Hey, hold on. Look up. I'm doing a bunch of remixes right now. I'm in the process of constructing a website where you'll be able to go and get all the remixes. They're real popular with the DJs, but it's going to be called either MrColliparkLet'sGo.com or MrColliparkLet'sGo.net.
Okay.
And you'll be able to go and download all the remixes of all your favorite songs. Like they banging in clubs all across the world. You know, and you probably done heard a couple of them and you just thought the DJ was rocking, but it was my shit.
But it was yours.
Yeah.
Well, let us know, man. We're going to get up on our platform, man. Give me the records. I need the records so I can spin all of them.
Oh, yeah.
DJ Bobby Black in the building signing out. Mr. Collipark.
Let's go.